Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on two free PC games you can pick up right now on the Epic Game Store. Pretty good ones, actually. One of them in particular, I think, is a great one to add to your library. So as far as quality level goes, definitely on the higher end. And we'll also highlight some game deals that are Steam titles. These are from Fanatical. They've got a lot of great deals running right now. They've got a Lunar New Year sale and a bunch of other deals running right now. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But first of all, the free games that are being offered right now. Nobody Wants to Die and The Dark Side Detective: A Fumble in the Dark. Nobody Wants to Die, I feel like, is the bigger one, although The Dark Side Detective: Fumble in the Dark, I believe, was received really well. Yeah, it's got an overwhelmingly positive reception on Steam, so these are both solid offerings. Nobody Wants to Die is a really visually impressive narrative-driven title. It is very much narrative-driven. Lose yourself in the dystopian world of New York 2329. Mortality comes at a price that someone has to pay. In this interactive noir story, lead the investigation using advanced technology as Detective James Cara, who risks it all in the pursuit of a serial killer targeting the city's elite. Very positive reception on this one on Steam. 2,500 reviews, and 83% of those reviews are positive. A narrative-driven noir cyberpunk title. Check that out. Typically $24.99, but again, available free right now on the Epic Game Store. And then you've got The Dark Side Detective: A Fumble in the Dark. Typically $14.99, but available for free. Like I said, overwhelmingly positive reviews on this game. 1,500 reviews and 95% positive and 84 on Metacritic as well. Deluse your room with Sage and pick up your travel sides board. It's time to re-enter Twin Lakes, America 34th most haunted city. Join Detective McQueen as he puzzles his way through 9 chilling cases, risking life and pixelated limb to solve the macabre mysteries that plague the poor town. Like I said, a very positive reception. Another narrative-heavy game. So yeah, you can check that out as well. 9 unique cases, the likes of which you've never seen before. Not a guarantee. Uses both pointing and clicking technology. Alright, that's a pretty good one. Typically $14.99, but available for free, so check that out as well. Alright, those are the two freebies on the Epic Game Store. We'll continue the video by highlighting some great Steam game deals over at Fanatical, which they've been having a lot of great deals, like I said. But right off the top, you do have Resident Evil Requiem. They've got it for $57.39, man. 18% off. Really good deal for Resident Evil Requiem. This is the first Resident Evil title to go with the $70 price tag, so if you do want to get it a little bit cheaper, you'll be able to do that over at Fanatical. The deluxe edition is also $65.59, so pretty good price point there. I mean, I've talked up this game ad nauseum. It's obviously one of the biggest game releases of the year. For me, it's one of my most anticipated game releases of the year. Just as a longtime Resident Evil fan, and these are a lot of the times the kinds of games I enjoy. You know, I don't need every game to be a gigantic open world title. Sometimes I'm good with a straightforward, survival horror action game that's all killer, no filler. I can get through it in 15 to 18 hours and have a good time, and I'll probably enjoy it so much that I'll replay it over the course of several years. So, and maybe even quicker than that. It's just, I play a lot of games, so it's like doing replays right away sometimes isn't in the cards, but Requiem is one of those games that I'm very confident it's going to turn out pretty well. But yeah, $57.39 on that. The deluxe edition is $65.59. And then available now, Black Myth Wukong. It is 30% off for $42. The digital deluxe edition is $49. It's 25% off on Steam, so they're beating out that deal a little bit. $42 here. It's a game that came out 18 months ago at this point, so spending $42 on a year-and-a-half old game might be a little bit of a hard sell, but guess what? This game is just going to hold up in price. Nothing I can really do about that, but it is the best price we've seen for Black Myth Wukong thus far. I enjoyed the game. Certainly not like as much as a lot of other people. Like a lot of people were touting this game as Game of the Year in 2024, and I wouldn't go that far. Like I didn't feel that strongly about the game, but did I really enjoy it? Yeah, I had a good time with it. But also the challenging action RPGs usually aren't the games that I gravitate to the most. But I loved Black Myth Wukong from a setting standpoint. Thought the gameplay was enjoyable, a lot of abilities and whatnot, and yeah, a fun time to be had. $42 on that. Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition is $8.99, not the Anniversary Edition. That's $34 and change, but the Game of the Year Edition shall suffice. $9 on that is really good. Fallout 4 is one of those games that had an immense amount of hype and anticipation, and it was just at a point where, Bethesda at that point had so much goodwill, and they came off the release of Skyrim. It's not Bethesda these days, where Bethesda's kind of washed. So Fallout 4 ended up disappointing a lot of people, but if you go back and play it, like, it's a worthwhile game. Maybe not at the level of 3 or New Vegas, but certainly a good game to go through. So $8.99 on that. Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition is $7.09. Speaking of which, New Vegas is an all-time classic, and New Vegas is such a good game that it being so good has kind of given Obsidian this aura for the last 15 years that they are far better than they are. Look, I liked Pillars of Eternity 1 a lot as well, but Obsidian, I'm not gonna say they're totally washed, but for a studio that gets as much credit as they do, they put out so much mid content, it is so crazy. Outer Worlds 1 was mid, Avowed was mid, Outer Worlds 2 was mid, Pillars of Eternity 2 was okay, it was pretty good. I'll give Pillars of Eternity 2 that. Pillars of Eternity 1, I thought it was really good, but Pillars of Eternity 1 came out like 11 years ago, and people still want to talk about Obsidian as this, like, marquee elite studio. A lot of that comes from because Fallout New Vegas was an absolute banger and one of the greatest RPGs of all time. That's what I personally believe. I believe that Obsidian lives on the fumes of Fallout New Vegas. They're, like, fine. I'm not saying they're BioWare tier wash. They're not that, but they are not this top-level studio. You know, they put out games consistently, but they consistently put out mediocrity, in my opinion. So it is what it is. But $7.09 for Fallout New Vegas. It is excellent, and had to get on that tangent. I don't think many people are as much of an Obsidian hater as I am, and I don't even hate Obsidian. It's just I've played through these games and I just think they're so mid. And again, I loved PoE 1, but nevertheless, next up we got Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, 70% off for $14.99. Great deal for Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy. Still no Nathan Drake Collection on PC, which I think is absolutely heinous, but Uncharted 4 is a great game. Lost Legacy is solid as well. I know some people weren't crazy about Uncharted 4. Maybe the inclusion of Sam, maybe some of the narrative aspects of the game didn't hit home with them, but I still think as far as the visuals goes, the gameplay, the set pieces, all that is fairly well done, and I think for $15 is a good collection. Lords of the Fallen is 55% off for $13.49. Again, I'm not a big Souls-like guy, but I gotta say, I'm seeing some of this Lords of the Fallen 2 gameplay. Lords of the Fallen 2, you guys, looks pretty spicy. Unfortunately, Epic Game Store exclusive. But Lords of the Fallen 2023, I thought was a pretty decent game. I didn't, like, hate it as much as a lot of other people. Now, technically speaking, performance-wise, it was a disaster at launch. It's gotten better since then, but they've also updated the game a lot. So credit to them where it's due. $13.49. If you're into Souls-likes, I think you'll enjoy that. I think a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised by Lords of the Fallen. Sackboy: A Big Adventure, 70% off for $17.99. As far as the games that PlayStation's ported to PC, Sackboy: A Big Adventure was like one of the biggest failures. It came out of nowhere, little fanfare, but this is a solid platformer. You know, it's not a title that I think people would associate with PC all too much, but it's a good platformer. I was a big Little Big Planet guy growing up, and I think Sackboy is a very underutilized mascot by Sony, but nevertheless, $17.99 on this. If you want charming platformers, you'll get that. And I do want to give one final shout to My Hero 1's Justice 2 Ultimate Edition. I know My Hero All's Justice just came out. That's, you know, wrapping up the story of My Hero Academy. But that game's $60, and, you know, the Ultimate Edition is even more expensive. So if you want to get a My Hero game, but you want to stay on the cheaper side, 1's Justice 2 is a pretty good time. It's a great arena fighter. You guys know what to expect out of these anime arena fighters. Outside of the abomination that was Jujutsu Kaisen and Curse Clash, they're generally pretty consistent in quality level. Like, the Naruto games are good, the Demon Slayer game was pretty good, and My Hero 1's Justice, I feel like, was pretty good as well. Like, it's fine. And I enjoyed My Hero. Am I the biggest My Hero Academia fan in the world? No, but, you know, I definitely enjoyed it. I gotta catch up on it and finish it up, but nonetheless, $17.99 on that I think is pretty good. That's gonna do it for me. Again, links to everything as always in the description box below. If you do end up buying anything from Fanatical, I get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated, but that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.